I hope you're all doing amazing today. And I do hope the market treated you well today as well because it's very important as we approach and move towards the end of the week. We have to keep checking on each other to be sure that we are all doing right and we are doing very good. A lot of things happened today. Gold did some very funny, made some very funny move, which we're going to cover today. But in this video, we're just going to talk about the just 3-4 assets. We're going to be kicking off with DXY as usual. As you can see right here, DXY is still trapped right above here. Okay, there's no decisive move yet. And slowly, it is not clear. Let me actually see if I can make this a bit easier for people that will be watching on their phone. Let me reduce the trend line. Let me see if I can reduce this one too, just to make it fade away a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to delete it completely, but I think we have a very good chance of seeing dollar actually move to the upside now. Okay, I mean the upside is still 50-50 in my opinion. Okay, it's still 50-50. It could break above here, rally harder to the upside. At the same time, I'm not sure if the downside is over yet. Okay, because why? Okay, let's go to the daily time frame so we can take a better look at the trend. I mean the candle that it's being formed and the one that closed today. Yeah, the candle that closed today. This is the particular candle that closed today. You can see it's more like a pin bar, right? It's actually a pin bar. I mean, excuse me, it's a doji. Okay, the doji candle means indecisive. Okay, and you can see something like that here also. You see something like that here as well. You see something like that here as well. So it's pretty much indecisive, but slightly bullish. All right, slightly bullish. So I'm still kind of just watching this one. But if I'm not going to be paying close attention to DXY, let's take a look at the dollar itself. Okay, when you pair dollar with every other currency in the market. So let's take a look at the dollar itself. Right here, this is the dollar. You can see, I mean, I've already discussed what this particular instrument means. So this is the dollar. Yes, it is leaning bullish, in my opinion. I mean, just look at this particular channel. Okay, it's very, very bullish to the upside. Simple as ABC. That's what it said. All right, it's pretty much bullish. All right, so there's a high possibility of us getting, a further move to the upside, considering the technical print that we can see right here. Okay, the technical layout is signaling more push to the upside. Okay, if I'm just going to stick to what is right in front of me, okay, it's quite bullish. All right, but you know the market that you've been trading for a while now. Anything can still happen, but right now it is still pretty much bullish. However, I'm not going to take this out yet. Okay, I'm not going to lose my slightly bearish bias until I see a more decent push to the upside on the XY. Then I would say that, yeah, probably we are done with the bearish side, and the buyers they're continuing. But don't forget what I said yesterday. As regards the XY again, we have this particular resistance right here, which is still very strong. Okay, and it could pose as a challenge for further moves to the upside. So just watch out on this in general. Okay, anything can still happen, and don't forget I think we still have NFP coming on Thursday. So pay close attention to that. It is gonna happen one way or the other, and this is gonna be fiery. All right, so watch out very, very closely on that. Okay, and yeah, I can see right here that the unemployment claim is tentative. That is very strange, but I mean, we shall see. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves right now. We shall see. So let's start with gold today. And as usual, gold is very awesome. And based on analysis I shared with you yesterday, okay, the video I recorded yesterday, I said before I can comfortably buy gold, let's take this to like 8-hour time frame so we can see more clearly over there. I tell you, I mean, I shared that before I can comfortably buy gold, I would love to see something like this. Okay, why do I want to see that? Because personally, okay, I still see another leg to the downside right here, possibly back to 3,900. Okay, 3,900 region before we get a more bullish run, okay, or a more extension to the upside on gold. All right, potentially. All right. However, if it happens that gold is not making this leg to the downside, I guess a break above here, a pullback, would definitely lead to me buying gold. Okay, right around there. So it's just a matter of caution now. And don't forget, I told you yesterday that I take the trade on 5-minute time frame, intraday trade. and I took around 3 positions, which is the maximum that I take anyways on gold. So I took this first short on gold, and I took the second short. Okay, the first sell trade was good, the second was not good, and the third one was a buy trade, and that was very, very good. I made around 3% on this one. This was around 1%, and this was around minus 1%. So in total, I still made 30% profit today, which is quite good, isn't it? So back to gold, the longer time frame, okay, on a long-term perspective, I would say that if you fail to break above 4,105, okay, 4105, failure to break above it, then we might likely see gold back to the downside around that 3,900 region before we can decide on what to do with gold moving forward. Although the silver case is different, okay, on silver, I would say that it's more solid buy over there. Okay, it is more like a solid buy over there. Although I haven't taken this trade. As a matter of fact, I set a pending order around there that didn't really take me in. So I'm still waiting for a buy on this one. This is a swing trade, don't forget. So let's see if we can get that. Okay, on silver. However, my focus is more on gold. All right, and let's just watch out. Okay, don't forget what I said. Maybe a leg to the downside right here, then we look for buy, or a break above 4100, a pullback, and then we look for buy opportunity moving up. So that is the plan on gold for now. Watch out very closely. Okay, and you can see the RSI is still quite low, so that is also very good. Okay, but I would love to see it drop further to the downside, at least below 30. That would give me a better confluence to buying gold moving forward. So that is that on that. Talking about Bitcoin, the last video I recorded, again, I said I'll be looking to short gold. I'll be looking to short Bitcoin. However, I'm waiting for a pullback. Okay, a nice and decent pullback to 100k region. Yes, I will look to short Bitcoin, possibly lower to 85k. Okay, talking about 85k, 80k. I'm not sure it's gonna get to 80k though. Let's say 90k, between that range, okay, between 90 to 85k. So let's put it that way. So that is where I'll be shorting gold, Bitcoin to. For now, that is all I can see. However, if I'm ever going to be bullish on Bitcoin, first off, this particular trend line has to be broken. Okay, it has to be broken to the upside, a pullback. All right, then we can look to buy Bitcoin moving forward. Anything below here, I will only be looking to short BTC. Period. Okay. So lastly, let's talk about Ethereum. Just in case you don't really like Bitcoin because of the volatility, then you can look to short Ethereum as well. Okay, Ethereum actually looks much better to, in fact, short. Okay, if you want to sell anything cryptocurrency, I think Ethereum is giving us a much better setup. Okay, you can even see the trend line. All right, so if you're looking to short the trade, you can wait for a retest of 3200, okay, on Ethereum, and then you can take the short all the way down to 2810. Okay, if you can get that, I think that is good for a short sell. All right, it's more like a long-term sell because this is 8-hour time frame, so you have to be very cautious on that. And to get a very good entry as well, I mean 3,200 to 2,800, that's roughly around, give or take 5k peep. Okay, so that's very good on Ethereum. All right, considering the leverage and the volume. Okay, so that's why it's 5k if you do your calculation very well. But at the end of the day, let's just watch out for this. Okay, it's not up to 5k. 32 to, I can't really, 32 to 28, something around that region. Maybe more than 5k though. Okay, actually, let me do the mathematics real quickly just so I'm clear. 3,200 minus 2800. That's for, yeah, it's not up to 5k. It's just 4,000 pip. Okay, 4,000 pip. That's a very good one. Okay, if you get it. So on Ethereum again, wait for pullback to 3,200, and then a sell opportunity is waiting for you there down towards 2,800 if you get an entry. Okay, so that is that on that. However, I'm going to be buying Ethereum, a break above the trend line, a pullback, retesting this particular region, then we go in for a buy on Ethereum. But another reason why I would rather buy from the bottom is because it's a more cheaper place to buy. Okay, but if I don't get this particular region retested, then I wouldn't mind buying from the top here on Ethereum. So that is that on today's market overview. Okay, the daily market overview. So let's quickly do a final recap on gold. I said you can look for a short sell, okay, or a long opportunity at the break of what, 4,100. Okay, if the market stay below 4,000 460, you can just look for short opportunity. Okay, but if it cross above 4100, then you can look for what? You can look for buy opportunity. That is good. On BTC, okay, you can look for short opportunity at 100k. Okay, a retest of 100k with a candlestick pattern that makes good sense. You can look for short opportunity on that one. And then on Ethereum, okay, what is the plan? You can look for short as well at 3,200. Okay, so that is the plan on those three trades. Gold, look for short opportunity. Okay, a short sell or what? A long-term buy opportunity at 4,100 or a short sell at 4160. On Bitcoin, look for a short opportunity, meaning a sell trade at 100k, the retest of that particular trend line that we discussed earlier. And on Ethereum, look for a short opportunity at 3,200, meaning if the market retested the trend line, which also kind of fall at this particular resistance. Okay, so you have two confluence right there. We have the retest of this particular trend line and the retest of this particular support turn resistance. Okay, so that is that on that, guys. I will see you tomorrow by the grace of God. Have a fabulous day. Bye for now.